Apparently, this dude accidentally sold mushrooms to an undercover cop. So this video is pretty insane, won't lie to you. And honestly, bro, the guy in this video is a menace to society. I mean, I'm not like saying he's a good guy. I'm not saying he's a bad guy. You know, gotta make money in this world when inflation is this bad. But all I'm gonna say is the man's crazy.
In early 2023, detectives received a Crime Stopper tip that a store employee was selling drugs at the Treasure Coast Square Mall in Jensen Beach, Florida. A 27-year-old male named Patrick thought it was wise to launch a side hustle within Zumiez, where he sold hallucinogens and other unconventional items not approved by Zumiez to customers of all ages. As per the Martin County Sheriff's Office,
I'm gonna say real quick from what I hear from this whole story, he's only selling mushrooms and mushroom chocolate bars. So I don't know why they say other drugs. Because I mean, as far as I know, he doesn't sell any other drug. It's just mushrooms. But yeah, this guy is kind of retarded, and you'll see that. You'll see why.
Patrick had been selling mushrooms for a couple months in the store. Undercover detectives initially spoke with Patrick at the store. Later, they returned on 2 separate occasions and purchased psilocybin mushrooms from him. On September 1st, Patrick's rapidly expanding enterprise would soon face its abrupt downfall.
Pretty sure he wasn't making that much money.
What's his name again? Patrick.
Oh, I'm getting tired, guys. Getting a little sleepy.
What's up, man? Patrick, how are you, buddy?
What up?
Patrick. Put your hands behind your back.
No, Patrick, no.
We'll explain everything in a second, okay?
Oh, what a nice officer putting the shirt away for him. That's so generous. So nice.
I got him. Here, just use my... Hello, how are you? Good. Where's his black backpack?
What's up?
He's got a black backpack. Is this his? This one's his? Okay. Thank you. Alright, now I'm just gonna double lock these on you, okay? So they don't walk up on you, okay? Yep. We'll explain everything to you here in a minute, alright? Do you have anything?
So I just want to say, you know, bro is so calm. Alright, he's like so calm. Which means he kind of knew he was gonna get busted at some point. Cause like, I don't know, man. He's way too calm for what's happening right now. Hopefully the charges aren't bad, I guess. I don't know. I've never had a drug charge. Also never gotten like a ticket or anything, so... I don't know. News to me. News to me. I guess you call me goody goody.
Anything in your pockets that are gonna stick me, hurt me, anything like that?
Oh, none of those sticking. I got
You, where's your black backpack at?
my black backpack?
Yeah.
You got it.
Got it.
Upon searching his bag, they discovered a 30-gram plastic Ziploc bag containing mushrooms that tested positive for psilocybin.
Nothing else on there. Nothing in your shoes.
Imagine they did the test and it came back there just like some garden home mushrooms. He was just duping everybody. That'd be kind of funny, dude. That'd be actually kind of funny. I won't lie to you, dude. But 30 grams of mushrooms, dude, that's some good money. And, yeah, I don't know if you knew this, but it only takes like an eighth of mushrooms to even get high. So, like, I don't know, that's like what, 3.5 grams?
What's up? I probably would, yeah.
He'll be able to make phone calls too when he gets to the office, alright? Alright. Just walk out. Thank you.
Gotta love Zumiez.
We are just outside where the movie theaters are.
Or actually, if one of you guys want to take a photo.
I'll do that. Anybody got their work phone on them?
Yeah, take my photo. They about to do the weirdest thing I've ever seen a cop ever do.
I'm on the other side. Okay. You're gonna go on the front seat, alright?
Alright.
This is the first time I've ever seen a criminal go in the front seat and the officers get in the back seat. Like, this is like the first ever, in my opinion. And I think they're in an unmarked truck like it's not really a police truck, so that's why it's like this. But it's just weird. And hopefully they put a child lock on that door. And they should put something in between the driver and him, because if he's feeling wild, he'll do something.
Guys, we're just going back to the office.
Yeah. Can you pull a police service call for Zoomies, white male, 1015, 51 to SID?
He was subsequently taken to the police department for an interview regarding the events that had taken place.
Alright, Brandon.
You good? Yep. What's your name, dude?
Sorry for all the yawning, guys. I know, I keep yawning. I started a new job at a mechanic place, 7 in the morning, so that's kind of where I've been recently. I haven't been posting a lot. So, like, that's why I work like 4 days now. And, you know, I do have a shirt company, and that also takes a lot of time in my day, so there's not a lot of time to record. So I gotta record for this channel, and then I gotta record for my other channel, which is my shirt brand. So, you know, there's not a lot of time in the day to really do that stuff. Seemed like my light's out of place. But, yeah.
Patrick, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. Obviously, we're here because you got yourself in a little bit of a pickle.
Yeah, pickle.
Do you have
Pickle
any
Rick.
idea? I don't know if anyone explained anything to you yet or anything. So, months ago, we got complaints of you selling
Months?
mushrooms, weed, just stuff to not only people coming in and out of the store, but also the juveniles. Okay? Does any of this ring a bell at all?
No.
You don't sell anything? Nothing at all?
No.
See, this is where he messes up. He says that he doesn't sell anything, and then 2 minutes later, maybe like a minute later, he changes his whole story to that he is selling drugs. So I just think it's probably the dumbest thing he's ever done, because obviously everybody knows if you're in custody, lawyer up, use your Fourth Amendment, and don't say anything. Like, everybody knows that.
Okay. Is that what you're going to stick with? Alright. So, you had a black bag with you today.
Yes.
Is that your backpack?
Not my
You know what was
background.
inside of it?
Yeah.
What was inside of it?
There were mushrooms inside the bag.
Do you use mushrooms?
Yes.
How much mushrooms do you use at a time?
I microdose them usually.
Tell us.
About a gram.
Now, what if I told you that we've been buying from you for a bit? Still, does any of this ring a bell? We've been selling, we've seen you, we've...
Maybe this is why he changes his story so fast, because they literally admit that they've been buying mushrooms off of him. I don't know, but he does change his story so fast. And the whole complaints for over a month, that seems crazy to me. So who's complaining other than the officers?
dealt with you.
Okay.
Do you want me to elaborate, like refresh your mind a little?
If you want.
Little boy, that's you in the store.
Mm-hmm.
That's you during a deal that we did.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Do you have that outfit?
I do. I just got it.
Yeah. So, once again, that's you.
Show me the
I know
picture.
For a fact you deal.
Let me see the picture.
So do you do it to like help yourself with extra money, with financially, or help people out, or what's the deal? Like, you know, you don't look like a Pablo Escobar.
Pablo Escobar was a man that sold so much coke and so much drugs. To even ever say anybody's like that man, you have to be crazy, because he burned money to keep his daughter warm. He was a good man. He did sell a lot of drugs, though. I mean, who did it? Like, come on. Pablo Escobar was a pretty bad guy. I'll admit it, he was a pretty bad guy, but he was a family man. So I gotta respect that part of him.
Had what? How much did he have with him? Anyone? How much did he have with him?
30 grams.
30 grams. I mean, that's typically how much would you sell that for?
Not much.
What's not much?
$160.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot for $160. Like, $160 is pretty cheap compared to what I thought ounce of mushrooms would be.
Partially for the money, but at the same time, mushrooms for a lot of people are medicine and they help a lot of people with issues, so I don't really need too much money, so.
How much would you get that for that you could sell it for 160?
How much would I get that for?
Mm-hmm.
Not much.
What's not much?
50, 60.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, so you're making like $100 profit.
Yeah, he's making a lot of money.
Like, I'm assuming if you buy it in bulk, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna get a good deal.
I don't really deal with mushrooms too much.
No?
No, it's fairly recent that it's been selling much, and clearly this is why.
Yeah. How long have you been working at Zoomies?
A year in November.
Have you been doing it the whole time there?
No.
No? How long have you been
It'd be
selling
crazy
out
if you
of the store?
did.
A month or two.
Okay. So you see what the issue here is, right? Like, how big of a clientele do you have?
Bro, his
Not much.
clientele is
Not much.
I
small.
don't make that much money.
Okay. Well, the issue obviously still stands that we're here.
Okay, he might not make a lot of money, but if he sold what he said he would make off the mushrooms and what he bought it for, that's $110 profit. So he's making good money. And I could, I'm just saying,
Obviously, so
Yeah.
Patrick claimed that he had been engaging in the mushroom trade for approximately a year, seeing it as a strategic maneuver to expand his customer base discreetly within the realm of Zoomies.
how long have you been selling the mushrooms for?
Maybe like a year.
So you just started selling in the last 2 months at
This is why I think this guy's retarded. And I'll keep saying he needs a lawyer. That's obvious, guys. You all know that. But why is he explaining that he's been selling mushrooms for over a year? Like, why are you admitting to being a drug dealer? Like, that is so dumb. Just shut the hell up, dude. Stop saying you're selling drugs. Don't even say, like, if they asked you, oh, how long you been selling drugs? You say, I just started last week. I started last month. Whenever they caught your dumbass. Don't say a year.
Zoomies, but you've been selling it for a year overall.
About
Where do you typically get it from?
a guy.
Like locally, at the mall?
Yeah, an old friend.
Well, you don't seem like a bad dude, man.
And now he's
Just
snitching on his
wanted to
homie.
You got
Yeah.
caught up. Yeah. How much mushrooms do you think this dude has that you usually get it from?
He has, I'm not sure. He usually has like chocolate bars, but it's mainly weed that I get from him. But I've stocked up a long time ago on mushrooms, so that's why I kind of. I used to take more myself, but after like a really bad trip, I stopped taking them as much. It was mainly for me at 1st,
Mhm.
just to kind of stock up.
Yeah, and then he got freaking
Yeah. The
scared.
dude that you get it in Port St. Lucie,
Mm-hmm.
you said he has bars.
Chocolate bars.
The stuff you had today wasn't chocolate bars.
Oh no,
He's got straight bars. You know who he is? Eminem. He spits bars. This is just crazy, bro. He's talking too much. And the officer sounds dumb. Like, he literally said, he normally sells me chocolate bars. And the cop's like, well, obviously this isn't chocolate bars. Like, yeah, he just said he usually sells him chocolate bars. But he didn't have any. Like, follow along, officer, This guy's literally telling you his life story, snitching out his supplier. Like, this guy's an open book. He's retarded.
that's what I said. He usually has chocolate bars. I had gotten it a while ago.
So that was from a while ago from that same guy?
Yeah, those are pretty old.
Okay. Alright, just give me a second. Dude, let me just ask you though. So obviously, not only do people, tourists, whatever, just come in and randomly ask you,
Oh,
Mhm.
and you
juveniles.
just kind of give it to them. What about like kids, like juveniles?
Oh no.
You don't deal with juveniles because
I try my best. I mean, I don't ID people, but
like does the
Obviously doesn't ID people. How is he supposed to know if they're juveniles, which is like a 16, 17-year-old? How is he supposed to know? Because if he's IDing people at Zoomies and they catch him on the cameras... Actually, how is he selling mushrooms in the first place? There's cameras all over Zoomies. Now that I think about it, how is he actually selling these mushrooms? Like, I'm actually now confused. I wish he explained more like he's been telling his supplier. I wish he would tell me the story and how he's actually selling these things. But yeah, he doesn't ID, so how is he supposed to know if they're a juvenile or not? You just kind of got to guess. Facial hair, it's got to be an adult, You just got to guess.
issue that, like I said, the whole reason this started is because kids are getting it, man.
I've never sold mushrooms.
So it's his fault that kids got mushrooms?
Juveniles, I mean, in the teenage years, I don't know if you'll be able to tell the difference.
I mean, like I said, I don't ID, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Have you ever
Yeah.
had anyone tell you that they've had a really bad trip or anything off the stuff you gave them?
No.
Never. But you've had yourself personally.
Well, I took way too many.
How much is way too many?
It was about 14 grams.
You took a whole 14 grams, just ate them?
Well, it's called. I don't want to go into the whole specifics.
No,
That's 4 doses of what you should normally take. Like I said, an eighth is what you would normally take to get high. Normally. He took 4 times that. So, and not to mention, he's about to tell you, he took it with lemon juice. And lemon juice intensifies the mushrooms. I don't know personally, he just says it, so I assume he's a genius. But he literally puts lemon juice on it to intensify it. So it's a higher trip, which is way worse than what you would want if you're taking 4 times the limit. and then it's like it lasts like way less time though. Like normally 8 hours is what a normal trip would be like. This would make it to 2 to 4 hours. So like it way brings down like the time limit. But yeah, it intensifies it a ton. So I don't know. Hey, go experiment. I don't know. I don't care what y'all do.
Yeah.
So what do? Do you like shut everything off and kind of just meditate?
Well,
with it?
that time I did it. I was in a really bad place at the time.
You obviously know. Everybody tells you. Don't do acid. Don't do mushrooms. Don't do DMT if you're in a bad place. Because when you're in a bad place and you take mushrooms, well, mushrooms help with the depression supposedly. Like they're supposed to legalize it for depression. I don't believe in that crap. But if you're in a dark place and you take these psychedelic drugs, you can have a chance of having the worst trip in your life and end up killing yourself. So most people will tell you, don't take psychedelics when you're in a very dark place. And the fact that he did it in the dark, and while he was in a dark place in his mind, is probably the dumbest thing he could have done. Like, put on some, like, I don't know, red, blue, and green lights or something, you know? Have something, like, watch some videos, do something. But to sit in the dark, bro, you gotta listen to what he says.
So I did that. I did it in the dark in my bed. And I like time travel. It was scary. I like
Saw Abe Lincoln.
clown guys and stuff. It was
Jesus.
fun. Yes.
That sounds scary.
But that's again why I always tell people that you need to weigh it out and you need to know how much you take because they can do that to you. But like I said before, it does help. I mean, it's obviously mushrooms are starting to be legalized throughout.
Which
the
I didn't even
country.
know that.
It does help in a therapeutic sense.
No, I've heard that. I've definitely heard that. Where do you have your ounces?
I'd rather not answer that.
There you go.
So you don't want to say where the rest of it is?
I'd rather not.
Yeah, why would he?
Okay, well, yeah, we're right to say no. I just wanna
Probably
make
hiding in
sure
his
that
house.
It's not laying around where someone can get to it or try it or a kid or anything like that.
You plans to ever do this again?
To sell and stuff like that?
Yeah.
After, if I get out of this, no, this is my.
But like you said, unfortunately, what really was I don't want to say bread and butter because that sounds like a terrible way to put it.
He's lying. When have you ever met a drug dealer that doesn't like stop selling drugs after they get caught? You do like a year or whatever. He's not gonna do long in prison. He's definitely going to jail. I don't think he's going to prison, but yeah, I don't know, man. He actually might go longer because juveniles are somehow involved. But yeah, dude, he's gonna end up selling again.
But
Let's be
the
honest.
most unfortunate part about this is that we were getting complaints that kids were getting all of this and that kids were buying it.
That's just
and,
very
and when we
curious.
say kids, but we mean people under 18 years old.
In
Like I
fact-
said, we're not
Yeah.
saying you specifically went out and saw it.
No, I understand. Listen,
Just
I
the
understand.
I mean, they're not saying this guy went to an elementary school and said, hey, free mushrooms. Maybe he did, but hey, party in this place.
Unfortunate.
I did this. I fully
Oomsa,
understand
oomsa, oomsa.
the ramifications of my choices. I get it. But, however, if I could say one thing,
But
I always made sure that mushrooms never went to kids.
Of course. Of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah, the best
I
you
see what
could.
you're saying, man. Does like your trips, when you go on a trip, is it like always the same or is it something different each time?
I would
always
say
different.
so. I've only that one time was the only time I ever saw anything that wasn't there. All the other times, it's usually just things are just kind of moving.
Oh, okay.
Colors.
That's-
moving.
I can see that
Like on
accurate.
that 70s show kind
Yeah,
of?
exactly.
Yeah.
Like you look at your phone and everything's dancing around. It's usually pretty fun
Mhm.
until you abuse.
It's pretty fun until you're in the woods taking mushrooms and a nun runs by you and a naked guy, and you don't know what the hell's going on, and then 3 minutes later, some hillbillies with pitchforks coming out the forest. It's all fun and games until that happens. Fun and games.
It to the point where you take way too much. And
Yeah.
it's your own. Like I said, I saw like crazy demon clowns and stuff that I
You
time traveled
said,
with.
right? Like you
Yeah.
Time traveled. What's the
Patrick was
charges?
charged with felony counts of possession of a controlled substance. ×2.
Times
Sell,
two.
manufacture, distribute Schedule 1, 3, or 4 drugs. ×2. And unlawful use of a two-way communication device. ×2.
So does that mean like? What does that mean?
Lastly, his bond was set at $120,000.
Damn. Yeah.
Head over to Code Blue.
This dude, he's going to jail for a while. $120,000? There is no way he's getting out anytime soon, dude. And maybe Zoomies will hire him back. I don't know how Zoomies works. But that's crazy. But if you enjoyed this video, I'll see you guys next time.